Hello, trading is closed on August 24th, 2018. My last call said there was a target of 28.6414. That number printed. These are support resistance levels. That turned out to be support. During the day, MEJT said this drop was false and prices would retrace, which they did. Monday's pattern is the one with the early low. Doesn't mean you won't gap up first. And gapping up first is all the bulls have to do. All they have to do is gap up first, take out these highs early. As long as they hold it through the close, I think they'll have broken through significant resistance. On the other hand, this is a pattern which almost always closes at the day's high. That doesn't happen. And when we don't hit it early, the next trading day leads to lower prices, not necessarily a disaster, and not always a lower close, but it should lead to lower prices. It's also negative that after gapping up, hitting all these new highs, we couldn't close over these early highs. Even though it's negative, if we take these highs out early, all the negativity goes away. We're on the verge of breaking through resistance. If the market intends to go higher, it shouldn't be too hard to do it. We still have the sell signal by reversing from the upper Bollinger Band on the NASDAQ McClellan oscillator. It's pretty good, but it's not perfect. And if we rally and go up some more, I wouldn't want to fight it. We're still within the parameters of the DeMark sell here. Hasn't been invalidated. Usually when these really pay off, you get a payoff within the first 3 days. It isn't part of his rules, but that's my experience. So far, that hasn't happened. All we need to do is to break through resistance. Resistance is a bar over this line. Just print a bar up here and close there, and you've broken through resistance and probably killed this whole thing. It hasn't happened yet. That's all the bulls need to do. We had some things the bears had to do for confirmation of the sell signals. One, they had to close. They had to trade under this price. They did, but today we traded over the high. That invalidated the Trader Vic 2B sell. It gets reinstituted. It should be Thursday's close. We change that. If we trade under Thursday's close, it reinstituted, but for now, the signal failed. We wanted to have a significant drop within 3 days. That didn't happen. So we got the signal, but not the confirmation. All we need to do to really kill the sells is to gap up Monday and trade over these highs. Now, what if we don't? I don't know what Monday's open is going to be, but we're hitting new highs all the time. What if we don't? What if this sticks? Well, there are two totally different, unrelated timing systems of other people, which have today as a high. I'm not going to show you other people's work, but let's look at one system, which is something I've been looking at. If you take the low to the close today, that's a 72-point move. A Gann likes to have a linkage of time and price, squaring of time and price. You go back 72 days, that's this high. You go back another 72 days, that's this low. If you keep going back every 72 days, you get some amazing hits right there, right at the change of trend, and also some complete misses that I've left out. So I think the sell signals are on life support. All the bulls need to do is gap up Monday, take this high out and keep going higher. If this leg isn't over, that really shouldn't be too hard to do. But if we can't do that, this is a time and a price from which we could still have a tradable drop. And if that's what's going to happen, it should be, I would think, clear pretty early. When you're at resistance, and that's where we are, either you break through it ideally by gapping over it, or the resistance wins. I don't like to guess on these things, but we've broken through a number of resistance areas, and there's just one left. The bulls still have to break through it. Monday will let us know if they do, and that's today's call.